Delhi versus Hyderabad, which happens in the afternoon. We'll quickly chat about this game first before we go on to the next. Delhi-Hyderabad, who would have predicted that Hyderabad score? Because everyone was expecting them to go past 300 in Hyderabad. This is against the Lucknow bowlers. So much was spoken about, but unfortunately wasn't meant to be. And they lost a game at home, but nothing to worry, I guess, because it's one game at home.
They play that fearless cricket. Sometimes it's going to pay off, sometimes it's not. And given Daniel Vettori and Pat Cummins and how they assess the game, they're not fussed. Not fussed at all, one bit. So I'd expect them to go out and play hard again. I'll be fascinated to see what the toss happens. I would expect whoever wins the toss might bat first.
In the afternoon, get the runs on the board.
Exactly. So none of this chasing business. Get a lot of runs on the board to start with. But both teams are coming off kind of heavy defeats, so it's about who can Delhi won.
Delhi had
Delhi
that
won the first one,
Yeah, that's right.
That game.
But their top order didn't fire. So I think we're set for an exciting game between the two, because you look at the batting orders, there's X factors in both parts.
But Michael, you think Hyderabad needs to fix their bowling a little bit? Because we keep speaking about Hyderabad and Hyderabad's batting and how powerful they are. We kind of neglect the talk about the bowling for Hyderabad.
Yeah, well, the bowlers haven't had a good 2 games. I mean, they've won one game. The first game, that was down to getting 286. But, the bowlers, got hit around the park a bit. Pat Cummins went for 60 in that first game. I think the Sunrise, if you look at the last game, everything that would go wrong went wrong in terms of the fortune. You look at Henrik Klassen, the way that he got out. There's a few.
Even Ishan Kishan.
Yeah, down the leg side. You can't. I think. Pat Cummins and Daniel Vettori, they don't panic. But I think also in T20 cricket, there are the odd games that you look back and go, do you know what? The rub of the green didn't quite go our way. Yeah. I don't think they'll have any concern whatsoever about the batting, but I would think they'll want to work out a few tricks with the bowling attack just to try and come up with a few maybe new ideas. And it's that kind of tournament that you've got to always freshen things up. We've seen a few different field settings, which has been quite cool the last few nights. And I think that's probably what Pat Cummins will be working on the last few days. Is there a part of the ground that we can protect and bowl to, and just create just a few more questions to the batters rather than just land it on a plate for them to strike it. But I don't think there's any concern for the Sunrisers. They're a good team.
Lisa, we'll have a look at that squad. Let me know if you think there are going to be any changes at all. If it's just one game that they've lost, do you think they will go with any changes?
No, I don't think so. I think they're a kind of squad that picks and sticks.
Yes.
So, and they're 1-1, so why not keep going? The only one is maybe Chahar. Do you want to take some more pace off? I mean, Zampa hasn't had the impact that he would have liked. I think 1 for 40 odd, both encounters. So they would be hoping that he would pick up a couple of wickets and be more in the 30s, but he's gone for a bit. So, but I think they'll probably stick with the same.
Well, DC can't have the pick and stick approach because KL Rahul comes in after his baby girl. He'll be coming in tomorrow. We'll have a look at Delhi's squad. Michael, any changes, of course, besides KL Rahul? Samir Rizvi goes out?
Yeah, I think Rizvi will go out and KL strengthens him. He's been in great form.
And where does he bat then? I
think he's probably just light for light, number 4. I don't think there'll be too many changes in that batting lineup. I mean, Jake Fraser-McGurk, I guess, his kind of position at the top of the order, he's such a dangerous player, but I see him too often get out first or second ball, hitting it straight in the air. So I do think that Jake needs to start scoring runs rather than... and he's a great kid, works hard, but eventually you look at the end column rather than what the name is and what he's done in just short bursts in the past. He's going to have to start being a little bit more consistent. I don't think they'll change him, but I do think he needs a more consistent approach to his batting. They won't change much. They played a style of cricket in that chase which was, completely out of it, but they won a game that they shouldn't have won because of a player in Ashutosh who played a gem of an innings. And when you win games that really, you sit in the dressing room and go, not too sure how we've won that. Or it gives you a massive boost.
Yes,
it really does as a team, because if you can play better, and let's be honest, they won the last 5 overs with the bat and they won the last 5 overs with the ball. the other 30 overs, they were hammered. So they'll know that they have to play a little bit better consistently across the 40 overs, but they got the win, and that's at the start of the IPL. That's pretty much all that matters.
These are your players to watch out for, one from each team then. Hopefully they should play in the playing 11 because unfortunately today that didn't happen.
Exactly. You go first, Lisa. I mean, whoever I say is not going to play.
The curse of Vaughnie, eh?
I'm going to say Ashutosh. I'm going to say Ashutosh because I want to see how he backs it up.
Yes.
I want to see how he goes again because he's had all the headlines. We've all spoken royally about him because he was so good. Can he go again?
Yeah.
And from SRH?
SRH, I am going to go. Who should I go with SRH? I've just got to go Travis. Travis at the top.
Keeps it simple.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go Abhishek Patel.
Oh, nice.
I think he's due for some big runs based on his domestic performances as well. Sunrisers, I'm going to go Zampa. I think he's going to step it up. Enough of this getting whacked for 40 or one wicket. Eh? Pick up a couple, and he's. I think there's a lot of friendship between the two sides. So I think they'll be gunning for each other.
I'm looking forward to Stark
and
versus Head.
Yeah,
that's going to be quite a
I
match.
enjoyed Stark versus Mitchell Marsh, and Mitchell just went into the stands. I'm looking forward to that.
And he celebrated it as well, didn't he?
I think there was a bet on that.